I'm going to install a speed sensor toggle switch in a 2011 Mitsubishi Delica. In the process, I'm going to show you how to remove the head unit on a Delica. I was looking around for some instruction on how to do it and saw no real videos or anything on the web. So I figured, hey, let me document this process and share it with you guys. If you have a year 2017 or before, I don't know how far it goes back before it changes to a different setup. You should be able to follow what I'm going to do here in removing this head unit. All right, so you're going to have to start off with popping. When I say pop, I mean like pulling and listening for an audible snap sound, or more like a pop sound. It won't sound like anything breaking, but you just reach in and pull on the frame, and this pops out. Next, you want to get your fingers in that little space you created when you popped out the top, and you want to just kind of pull. Nice even pressure, nothing too crazy because the bottom is still locked in with screws, so you don't want to pull it too hard, but just pull till you hear a pop. Now, speaking of the bottom, we want to get our bottom exposed. There's 2 screws down here. Recommendation, something I didn't do is remove the gear shift knob. I couldn't get to it at the time I was doing this. I just could not figure out how to get it off without going to do some research. So I just pushed forward and got my screwdriver up underneath that plastic piece and worked it out. But it would be so much easier without it. You can see that angle right there I'm taking with the camera with my phone there. You can see where those screws are. So you got to get those screws, one of those 2 screws out on each side. All right, so here's where I've gotten the screws out by getting a long screwdriver underneath. You can see the plastic tabs there. All right, so let's go ahead and unhook the wires. There's 4 of them. There's 4 connectors for the air conditioning control panel. Need to get those out of the way, and then you can completely set this aside. Next, what you want to do is pull this hood off. There's 2 screws holding that. Get that out of the way, and now you have the top of the head unit exposed where the screws are. Take those 2 screws out, and 2 screws on the bottom of that. And this thing is pretty heavy, so be careful pulling it out so you don't pull your wires. But now you can see all the wires behind the head unit that are exposed from the top where that hood is. You don't really even need to pull the head unit all the way out. I just rested it on the metal beam there. And I decided to go ahead after getting it out and continue with my speed sensor toggle control. I ran a wire for the switch. It plugs into this all-in-one connector, in-between connector for my head unit to the car. So yeah, for taking it out, it's already complete. You see how to do it. Best of luck to you for taking out your head unit. I tried to bring to you the experience that I had the best I could, because I know it was tough trying to figure it out. My biggest fear of pulling out any type of plastic inside the car is snapping off some original brackets or anything like that, because then it never sits right in the car. You know, sometimes you get a rattle, or you have to just go buy a whole new one. Even, you know, sometimes they don't even make those pieces, or yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough if you break off any type of brackets or plastic clips inside of the interior. So just wanted to share this with you. But the rest of this is just me putting it back together and then testing out the speed sensor toggle control switch. Positioned in there where there's like a little crossbar. Test this thing out. We're going to go ahead and switch to TV mode, and so I pushed the switch on, which I haven't mounted yet. It's just kind of here. Let's see. When I take off, typically it turns off. Oh, looks like it's working. Play. So here you go. I depressed the switch, the kill switch, And now you can see what it does. It automatically goes to a blank screen. I can't look at the TV. I can still hear it. You'll see the TV come back right now. All right, I pushed the button again, having it on. Now when I take off, my TV will stay on. It's really important that I maintain the integrity of the camera system in this car because there's a camera in the front and a camera on the left side and the rear. And because this car has such a long front, it's important that I didn't screw up anything when I went to change the sensor so that the TV stays on. So big test here is when you first start up and you put it in drive, it shows a front camera. There you go. And that's what was most important to me in figuring this all out, because it shows me the angle over here if there's anything like a little kid or some small thing on the ground in front of me. If the kill switch is on, it'll switch over to like a blank screen. But now that I have the TV thing, it'll automatically switch over to the TV. So there you go.